nitrous on? Yeah. Hit it, baby. Alright, survey says, oh yeah. Yeah, that's definitely done. As you can see, the factory hypoids are completely trashed. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back at Real Street with the all-wheel drive Honda project. Last time out, we took the car out to Orlando Speed World where we did some testing, we raced a bunch of cool cars, and we attempted to do some quarter-mile dig racing. But things didn't go quite as planned. We ended up shredding the stock transfer gear in the T-case, and it caused some damage. We kind of knew that was coming, we just didn't know when. With the weight of the DC5, it's obviously a good bit heavier than most of the all-wheel drive Civics around, and we think that 60K fluid in the wagon viscous was trying to send a lot of power to the rear wheels, so it just overpowered the strength of that factory gear. But no worries guys, because today we are back in action. We teamed up with Marc from GP1 Racing.com. He's actually the exclusive PPG Hypoid dealer in the USA. Marc actually has a gangster all-wheel drive Honda that's deep into the sevens. We filmed the car back at FL2K. Believe it or not, he's actually still on the prototype Hypoid gear from PPG, and I don't think one has yet to break. So once we got the PPG Hypoid gear from Marc, we hit up our boy Aaron Lopez from the Few H22 Crew.com. He has a ton of experience with his 7-second all-wheel drive Honda, so he was able to install the Hypoid gear into the Drag Cartel T-case, get it all shimmed, make sure everything works perfectly. So a little later in the video, we're going to show you the carnage of the stock T-case. We filmed Aaron taking it apart, inspecting it, and repairing it, and talking through the steps of what it takes to install one of the Hypoid gears. We also had Aaron rebuild our viscous coupler. We were at 60K fluid, but we wanted to go with something a little bit thinner, so we ended up trying 40K fluid, so he rebuilt that for us and we got it all back in the car. But for now, let's get right into the action. Rob Gringo Tune just got here. We're going to dial in this Magnus slipper and test launching. Let's do this.
So the last time we were at the track with this car, it broke a transfer case. So one of the things that we've done is install a Magnus clutch valve, and this is the Pro valve. So this has a different adjuster that has a lot more precise adjustment. So the old school, or the Gen 1 of this valve, it has kind of a coarse adjustment, where this one has a much more finite adjustment, and it'll allow you to, you know, get the car up on the two-step, dump the clutch out, and then this will handle the fluid control that releases the clutch slower, keeping it from breaking parts. The way the valve works is it interrupts the clutch line with essentially a solenoid and a bleed valve that is adjustable. It's a pretty neat system. It's relatively inexpensive in comparison to broken driveline parts, and having your project down while you can't play with it, pretty invaluable component.
All right, so we got the Magnus slipper valve installed. Basically the way we have it working is the ECU is controlling the ground on the slipper, so we can have it only engage when he's above a certain throttle percentage and under a certain mile per hour, so it doesn't kick in when he's cruising around shifting at, you know, just normal driving with the clutch. So if you want to check it out, so beyond 50% throttle, it's engaged. So then the clutch is gonna be slow, and then if it's off, the clutch is normal.
So sidestep it from...
Yeah, so if it's on...
Yeah, you see that delay there?
Yeah, nice delay. Yep.
Ready to launch this thing?
Yep, should help us to make some safe, repeatable launches.
Whoa, 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 hold on.
Oh, we turned nitrous on? Yeah. Hit it, baby.
Everything happened so fast. I felt like it was gonna go sideways a little bit.
Yeah, right? Really? It was like this close to pull, and it just got bump. What do you think though? Higher RPM or?
I'll take the log, see what's up. Okay. I want to make sure everything's functioning right. All right, so I got the log pulled from the last launch. everything's looking good. Had it at 7,600 RPMs, made right at 12 pounds of boost. And I mean, it bogged a little bit, but it hooked. I mean, it was going. And you know, you shifted right at 8950. The rev limiter's at 9,000, so it's pretty solid. But we're definitely have to turn it up for prep track. So I got it a few hundred more RPMs and a little bit more boost for next track hit, whenever that is.
Nice, awesome. Yeah, it felt really good. I think the slipper is pretty dialed in, at least for like the asphalt that we're on now. Yeah. I'm sure we'll have to mess with a little bit at the track or something on a stickier surface.
Yeah, we might want to just slow it down just a tad for the first hit at the track, see how it goes, and if not, we can, you know, put it back.
Yeah. Sweet. All right, man. All right, guys, so launch test, round 2. Made a couple slight changes to the 2-step.
Touch the car, leave it. That was perfect.
Dude, that was sick.
That was nuts.
Yo, that was sick. That shit felt good.
It did. I'm very impressed.
So, success, man.
Dude, that was fire.
Dude, hell yeah.
I think you're ready for the track.
I think we're ready.
Yeah, don't change the tires. Leave the setup like this. I think it's fine.
I'd say
you're on the regular map, bro.
I'd say every time I've taken Kev for a ride, he must be my good luck charm because we haven't had any issues with the car. So you're gonna have to come to the track with me and ride the car with me while we're good on the track.
Yeah, we'll do that. I think we'll be fine.
We've had some issues launching the car, but that was freaking sick, dude. How do you feel about that one?
Put down some power now.
It left good, right?
Yeah, no drama.
I don't know what it looked like from the outside, but
Did it smoke the tire?
Smoked it a little bit.
I don't think it smoked it, but you can see it was
I feel like no drama. It hooked and went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like his view had like a little bit of smoke on the driver's side.
Hey, this is Aaron with the Few H22 Crew. Today we're going to be doing a T-case build. This one's for Javier from TRC. You're going to see what went on inside this thing. This is a common problem with T-cases and the factory hypoids. As you can see here, this is a billet outer case. Depending on what viscous coupler you run, whether it's a wagon or Freelander, and the weight of fluid you have in them, the factory hypoids will fail. You can put a billet cover on it, but the weak link is still the hypoids. As you will see here in just a minute, the factory hypoids failed. Unfortunately, there's probably going to be some damage to the billet housing. We're going to get that cleaned up for him. All right, so what we're going to be putting in here today is a PPG Hypoid set. So far, nobody has broken them yet. They're in my personal car behind me. It's gone 123 to 60 foot. I know there's cars that got 1 teens. That's pretty quick. Like I said, none have failed, so pretty sure Javier is going to be set after we get that built in here. It really won't matter whatever viscous fluid he wants to run in there. He's not going to have to worry about the T-case again. All right, so we're going to open it up, see what kind of damage we have. Hopefully it's pretty minor and it can be fixed. In the event that it's severe, you'll probably ruin the T-case. So hopefully this one is fixable. We'll find out. It's kind of tight. All right, so right now we're just trying to take the T-case apart. When they do break, just like this one, it can kind of make it difficult to come apart. Most likely that means it's kind of wedged in there. Have to be gentle. There we go. All right, survey says, oh yeah. Yeah, that's definitely done. As you can see, the factory hypoids are completely trashed on both ends. Like I said, we have some damage in here inside this billet cover. 99% of the time you're going to damage the billet cover. So if you're not planning on upgrading the Hypoids, I would probably stay with the factory cover until you're ready, just to kind of avoid this. The covers usually aren't the weak point, so unless you're ready to upgrade the Hypoids, I'd kind of leave them original. So luckily Javier sent me a backup T-case. I mean, he knew this thing was going to be damaged. I told him sometimes things are damaged more than beyond repair, so we'll have to use another donor T-case to get this one fixed. We'll use this cover. Even though it is damaged, it is repairable. This, unfortunately, is not repairable. It's just a factory Honda one, and luckily he sent me a spare, but we'll get it fixed. All right, so I just took the T-case apart, looking at the damage. Like I said, fortunately, this can be fixed. It's going to take a little cleaning up. It shouldn't affect the integrity of it at all. I actually had broken one myself in my car prior to the PPG Hypoids, and had a little bit worse damage than this on this exact drag cartel housing, and it's still in my car after I cleaned it up, and no issues. So we'll get it cleaned up, but if you want to avoid this kind of damage, put a set of Hypoids in it when you do the billet cover. This is the inner cover. I knocked out the race. The only thing that's really salvageable on this inner cover is the shim. So all the shims are different, all different sizes. If this happens to you, don't just throw the cover away, recover the shim, because every time you build one, you might need different thickness shim. So these are the factory Hypoids. Here's one. As you can see, there's nothing left of it. All the teeth are gone. The bearing's damaged here as well, so this is no good. This is the other part of the Hypoid, the I guess driven, as PPG says. The only thing we need off of here is there is an actual shim underneath this bearing. So once again, don't just toss this. You need the shim that's underneath here. I mean, it may not be this exact shim, but there is a shim in here. And once again, they're all different thicknesses. So the only thing I'm saving here, this bearing's good still, but definitely going to get the shim underneath that. And other than that, then these will be trash. All right, so we just finished cleaning up the outer T-case for when the factory Hypoids broke. We cleaned it up, basically just wanted to make sure, get all the sharp edges out of there. Fortunately, it wasn't too far damaged. It looked like it was more just cosmetic, but went ahead and just kind of ground down all the sharp edges, smooth everything out. And main thing is just this, you want this inner cover to fit in there. So we'll see if it fits. Should be a nice little snug little fit. Just kind of pop it like that, and there it is. So fits good. Like I said, most likely it was just cosmetic, but definitely had to clean it up because it wouldn't go together before. So now it's ready to put together. All right, so we got the PPG Hypoids. These came from Marc at GP1 Racing. Haven't even opened the box yet, but these are them. This is what they come like. This is the key to success right here. So there's a box. There's another one, and a steel spacer, little inventory sheet. That's it. I'm going to open this guy up. They always wrap them real good, of course. PPG calls this one the driven gear because that's the one that goes to the drive shaft. Here's the other one. PPG Hypoids right here, and a spacer. That's what comes in the kit. So now they're ready to install. We'll shim them the way they're supposed to be, pretty much following the PPG instructions, and then you'll see what it looks like when it's done here in a little while. All right, so they're all shimmed up, just like I said, according to PPG's installation instructions. This pattern right here is identical to what they look like. Every outer case, inner cover, everyone's different. So there's no magic number. It's literally trial and error. So it's very time consuming, but of course it's worth the time that's put into it to protect your investment. So if you don't feel confident enough to set it up and get the proper mesh, I recommend that you send it to somebody who is capable of doing that. Probably a small price to pay because we know that all this stuff adds up. So here's the final product. This is the pattern that we have here. See if you can see it. Here and here, we're dead center there. So this is it. This is what it should look like. Spin's good, backlash is good, everything's good. It's all on there. But this should be what your finished product should look like. It may take some time to get there, but this is what it should look like. Beautiful. All right, so we just finished Javier's T-case with the PPG install. Everything went great. The new Hypoid gears are done. Everything's set according to PPG's specifications. The pattern's exactly how it's supposed to be. Looks great, feels great. This is the finished product. Good luck with it, Javier. Should work as planned.
All right, guys, that's a wrap for today's episode. The TK seems to be holding up really well with that new Hypoid gear. The viscous is working awesome. The Magnus clutch slipper is working so beautiful. The car leaves really, really good. Next steps, we're gonna take it back to the track. We're gonna try to get some baseline quarter mile times for the all-wheel drive Honda. We'll see you next time.